Decluttering is hard. Here's a list of 20 questions to help you decide what to keep and what to toss. Hi, my name is Mindy, and I'm just trying to be less of a hot mess. So I have 17 questions. Now, obviously, you're not going to ask every question for each item that you're considering decluttering, but maybe as you listen to this list, 1 or 2 questions will resonate with you in a way that you hadn't thought about decluttering before, and you can use that on your next room. Also, some questions are a little bit better for some situations and other questions are better for other situations, and I'll try and give some examples as I go. All right, question number 1 to ask yourself, is this item a 7, 8, or a 9? Now, I got this from Dawn from A Minimal Mom, and this is my favorite question right now. So basically, when you're considering decluttering something, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like it? Is it a 7, 8, or 9? If it's not, get rid of it. You're not going to use your 6s. You know all those shirts in your closet that are 6s. You're not wearing them. Have you done this before where you haven't done laundry in a few days? And obviously, you're not out of clothes. Like, there are still more clothes, but you're actually like looking through the hamper for like what you actually want to wear. That is a clue right there that what's in the hamper is your 8s, 9s, and 10s, and the rest of it, why bother? So for me, I know that this shirt right here, this is a solid 10. I love this shirt. I love the way it feels. I love the way I feel when I wear it. I love it. It is a 10. So I use this as my gauge. Like, how do shirts stack up to this shirt? Do I like it almost as much, like a 9 or maybe an 8? If it's not, then it's gotta go. Question number 2 uses the 20-20 rule. Can it be replaced in under 20 minutes for under $20? If so, you can probably let it go. Here, I have 2 children's toys. This is the beloved stuffy named Sweetie, who gets carried everywhere throughout our house, and I could never find another one. This is a, I don't know, one of those squishmallows that came in this little tiny container that my daughter got for Christmas and opened once and hasn't opened since. Now, could I probably find another squishmallow like this? Probably. It's been a few weeks since Christmas. I'll keep it around for a little while, but chances are this thing's probably gonna go pretty quickly because she's just not interested in it, and there's no reason to clutter our lives with this kind of inventory. Sweetie gets to stay. Question number 3, if I didn't have this thing, what would I use instead? Is there a replacement? Is there something else you could use? If you had 1 fewer spatulas in your drawer, what would you do about it? Do you even need all the spatulas you have, like the flipper kind? So I think that this question is particularly helpful when we're looking at kitchen gadgets and tools and that kind of thing. Question number 4, have I used it in the last year, or am I planning on using it in the next couple of weeks? Even better if you can scrunch that down to 6 months. Okay, so this is kind of like the classic decluttering question, right? Like, most people have heard of this question, but it bears repeating because it really does help. Question number 5, can I use this thing today? For instance, is it ripped? Does it need a button? Is it broken? Why am I holding on to this thing? I know maybe in my head I'm gonna repair it, but am I really gonna repair it? How long have I had this broken thing for? Is it just making me feel bad every time I look at this like ripped pillow that I know just needs a few stitches, but I also know that I'm just not gonna do it? If so, let yourself let go of the thing. Also in this category of can I use it today is clothing that doesn't fit. If your clothes don't fit, just let them go. Just honor the body that you have right now. It's okay. If you get to be that size again, you can get some new clothes. It's not that big of a deal. But having that constant reminder around of what you should be wearing or fitting into, it's not good for us emotionally or mentally. So just let that stuff go and just keep things that you love and that you can use right now. Question number 6, I got this from the Decluttering Club website, and it's hilarious. If there were poop on it, would I clean it or would I throw it away? I love this question. Okay, so I have these boots. Okay, these are my UGG boots. I know that not everyone thinks that UGG boots are fantastic. They've kind of fallen out of trend, but I personally love them because they are very comfortable and warm. So from a utilitarian aspect, I love my Ugg boots. Well, if they got poop on them, I would absolutely clean them. As a matter of fact, I used to have a dog and they got cleaned. This is a new pair because I actually wore through my old pair, like to the point that they had holes in them because I wore them so much. So this is a new pair and I would definitely clean them. But I have other shoes that I think the answer would be throw them out. So why wait? Just go ahead and throw them out. If they're not worth like cleaning, then just let them go. And you know, shoes are the obvious example for this question, but it doesn't have to just be shoes. Just think about anything like, would you care enough about this item to clean it, or would you just throw it out? If so, go ahead and throw it out. Okay, that was kind of a fun one. Question number 7 is, would I rather have the money? So when you're considering decluttering something, then just think about the money you spent on it, and do you wish you had the money, or would you buy this item again? So I have here, I have this, it's like a loofah, and it's got this head scrubby, and I thought the head scrubby would be amazing. And it turns out that I just do this. Like, I don't actually need a special tool to scrub my head. We have fingers and they work amazingly, and this is not easier or better. So, like, would I rather have the $7 than this little scrubby thing? Yes, 1,000 times over. I wish I hadn't bought this. I did buy it. My daughter does kind of like this side, so I'll keep it for now. So if I wish I had the money, and if the money would be more worth it, then do I even need this in the first place? Probably not. Probably not. Number 8 question is, would I rather spend my time managing this thing, or would I rather be doing fill in the blank? Now this is where you get to fill in the blank, okay? Like spending time with your family, or doing your hobby that you don't get to devote enough time to, or even just watching Netflix. So if there's something that you'd rather be doing than managing this item, then get rid of it. This is really helpful in like basements and garages. Question number 9, does this thing have a home? Like, and hint, the counter is not a home, okay? So if you keep finding something on the counter and you don't know where to put it and it doesn't have a home, you might not actually need it. You need to either find a home, and by the way, the best way to find a home is to think, where would I look for this thing? And the answer can't be the counter, okay? So like, where would I look for this thing? And wherever you think of first, you put the thing there, okay? But that leads us into question number 10, which is, will I even remember that I own this thing? So like, for instance, I found this the other day, and apparently it's a cat comb. It's a comb for cats. I didn't know I owned a comb for cats. I can't envision a situation in my life when I'm going to need this comb. And so, nor do I know where I would look for it, nor would I even look for it in the first place, because I didn't know that I had it. I have a brush for my cat, and he gets brushed every day, not with this. So that didn't work out. Question 11, if I were moving, would I bring this thing with me? And if you want to like up the ante a little bit, pretend you're moving across country and you have to pay money to keep this thing. Like pretend everything has to fit in this ridiculously expensive truck and you pay by the pound. Are you going to want to pay to move this thing? Or even if you're moving just across town, are you going to want to put it in your car and drive it and unload it into your new basement or wherever room it would go into? If not, declutter it, get it out of here. By the way, this one's also great for like the storage spaces. Question number 12, am I holding on to this thing so that I don't hurt someone else's feelings? So in other words, is this a guilt thing that I'm holding on to it because someone gave it to me and I feel like I'm supposed to hold on to it? Look, I give you permission to let go of the things that you think people expect you to keep. First of all, a lot of the times people don't even remember that they gave you something, and nobody wants to give you a burden, right? Like, you don't want that. If you gave someone a gift and it just wasn't for them, you wouldn't want them to have that feeling that they have to keep it. And if you do have someone in your life who that is actually the way they feel and you're going to hear about it, then the truth is that's the kind of person that's going to find something to say about anything anyways. So just let that be the thing, okay? Get rid of the thing and deal with the wrath when it comes. That's my advice. A gentler way to do this is you could always like take a picture. I heard this from another content creator, is like if it's like something for your kid, take a picture of the kid wearing the thing or playing with the thing or doing the thing and send it to them. So sometimes I'll do that with my relatives, you know, and not even necessarily because she doesn't like, you know, because I don't think she's going to keep the toy or whatever, just because I do like to share that kind of thing like with my close family and whatever. So I will often like take pictures of her using the things, whether or not I plan on donating the thing. Question 13 is, am I holding on to this for my fantasy self? So in other words, am I actually going to do this, or do I just wish that I would be the kind of person that would do this? Like, am I holding on to a juicer because I wish I was the kind of person that made fresh juice? Or is it because I'm actually going to make juice? If so, why aren't I making the juice right now? Like, if the answer is I don't have time, then the fact is you're probably never going to have time. So for me and my fantasy self, like I want my home to be very inviting and I want it to smell really good. So I bought some wax melts and all this stuff and I couldn't find any smells I liked. So I decided I'm gonna be an essential oils person, and I bought all this essential oils stuff and all of these little, like I was gonna make all these diffusers and these little smelly things, and I had all these plans. But it turned out that I didn't really like making that stuff. And then once I did, I didn't really like the smells that I created either. And I didn't seem to have enough stick-to-itiveness to come up with something I did like. So then I thought about it, and the fact is I don't actually want to be an essential oils person. What I actually want is for my house to smell good. And in order for me to make that happen and find a smell I liked, I had to just devote a little bit of money and specifically go out and buy things that were a little bit more expensive, you know, try some more things out and find something that I really love, and some brands that I really love. And as a matter of fact, if you like wax melts and stuff, I'll link some stuff below for what I found that I do really think smells good. But for instance, Times seems to be a really good brand. They have like a Fraser fir that's amazing in the holiday time. And I'm about to get a diffuser of theirs for like a mandarin orange, because now that we're heading into spring, I want something that's like a little bit brighter and sunnier. So we'll see. I'll put a link down if you want to try it. But the only one I've tried is the Fraser fir, but I think it's really good. I also like the Swan Creek wax melts. Those are a little harder to find online, but they're really good. So instead of holding on to the essential oil stuff for my fantasy self, I'm going to accept that I thought I wanted to do that. I tried it. I can check it off my list. I don't have to wait all these years to try out this essential oil stuff and find out far down the road that I don't actually want to do it. I tried it. It didn't work. I spent a lot of money on it, which is a bummer, but I'm gonna let it go, and maybe I can find somebody else who wants this stuff who will actually use it. Question number 14, am I keeping this thing just because it feels bad to get rid of it? Is it because I don't want it to go into the garbage, or because I don't like the idea of it sitting in a landfill? Well, if you can, donate it, but some things can't be donated, right? Like if they're broken or, you know, in bad repair, then okay, if you're not going to fix it and it can't be donated, then it might just be that the garbage is the only answer. Because listen to me, sincerely, I mean this. Your home is not a landfill. If it is garbage, let it go. Trust me, when your house is more simplified, you'll find that you purchase fewer things anyways, and you will ultimately have fewer things going into the landfill, but you have to get past this first push of getting rid of the things that are garbage, that you do need to get rid of. Okay, question number 15. Pretend someone broke into your house and they just stole that one item. Would you feel relieved? So I have an example here. It's my headphones. They're like open ear temporal lobe headphones, and I love these things, okay? I wear them all the time. I wear them running. I wear them around the house when I don't want when I want to listen to something on my phone, but I don't want it to disturb everyone else. I wear them all the time. So would I purchase these again? 1000% yes. I love these. And I'll put a link below if you like this kind of thing. A big endorsement for these. Like, they're not a sponsor or anything. I just like these headphones a lot. But consider that as you're going through your house, like, is there something that, so consider that as you're decluttering, like, would I be relieved if this item disappeared? Because if so, then you probably should just give yourself that gift of that feeling right now. Just go ahead and get rid of it. It's okay. I give you permission. You can get rid of the thing and feel the relief of having fewer things. Question number 16, would I rather have the space? This can be really useful in like a closet or in a storage area, or even in like a kitchen drawer. Like, would your life function a lot better if this thing weren't there? And does it feel better with it not being there? And do you maybe not even really need it? Are you enjoying the space of the thing more than the actual thing itself? Try moving it out of the space and just look at the space. Does it feel better? Does it look better? Do you wish it would be like that? Then go ahead and donate the thing. And finally, question number 17, am I keeping this thing just in case? Just in case for what? Your home is not a store. You don't have to store all of the things. If we start keeping things just in case, we can easily double or triple our inventory, and it becomes totally unmanageable. So for most things, they can be replaced relatively easily, relatively quickly, and for actually not that much money. And if you think of the benefits of having a completely simplified house, and yes, maybe a couple times a year you have to like hurry up and go purchase something that you might have otherwise had on hand, is that a trade-off that you're willing to make? For me, I find that I end up buying more, having more stuff, because I can't find the stuff that I need anyways. So if that's the case, I'm already buying things a couple times a year. I'm just also living in clutter. So I would rather have fewer things, and then, once or twice a year, I'm like, oh, I guess maybe I shouldn't have thrown that out. And I order it and it's here the next day, or I run out to the store and I get it, and everything is just fine. It's okay to live with less, and I'm learning that every day, and I hope that you're learning that with me, because it's really, really valuable. So last, I have a bonus question, and it's like a before you buy question, and that's why I'm putting it as a bonus, but where will you put it? So this just happened to me the other day. Yesterday, I bought two huge humidifiers. They stand up and they're big, and I really thought before I bought them, because I'm like, do I have a place for these? Where are they gonna go? Plus, in the summertime, where am I going to store them? Do I have a place for these during the dry part of the year when they're gonna be running, that aesthetically I'm okay with the way they look and they fit and they don't make my space feel cluttered? And do I have a place in the off season to put them that won't be in my way or clutter my storage space? And ultimately for me, yes, it's worth it to buy these two humidifiers so I can have one upstairs and one on the main floor. But if you think that through first, it can help you make those decisions. If you buy a pair of shoes, where are you gonna put them? Don't just say in your closet with your shoes. Like, what shelf are they gonna go on? What is the space for those shoes? If you don't have a space, then is there another pair of shoes that you're willing to give up to give the new shoes space? If not, at some point, we only have the space we have and we can only fill up that space. So let me know, which question are you gonna try first? And what room are you gonna try it in? Did I miss any good questions? If so, let me know below. Thanks so much for watching. And if you want to declutter with me, then go ahead and watch this next video of me decluttering my kitchen. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.